Said I'm rolling and I'm going.
Hey y'all, what is up? I just wanted to give y'all an update for one on what I've been up to in my latest era, which is my Achilles rupture. I want to kind of go through just the process of how it's been going for me week by week, the different changes that may occur. And during this process, I kind of want to just give other people that may be going through this a look into what it's like in the long run. So, here's how it happened. My Achilles rupture happened the day after my birthday. I cannot believe it. I was actually at a festival in DC and Keke Palmer was performing, and I was actually brought up on stage. They were going to be throwing some money out on the stage. I did not know that that was the case, but one of the choreographers asked me to come on the stage, and I was like, okay, sure. I love Keke. Had met her briefly, like just a couple days prior. She was doing something earlier in DC, and me and Junior went out to see her, and so I was like, yeah, I'm all for it. Anyway, I go up there and I just start dancing, having a good old time, and then I realize like something's wrong with my left leg here. I start jumping up and down, and then like all of a sudden my left leg is like starting to give out, and I'm feeling like completely weak where I have to like hop on just the right leg, the only leg I got at the time, and just try to make it work and not make it look obvious on the stage in front of thousands of people that are watching. So that was absolutely crazy how it even happens, when it happened, where it happens. Nonetheless, here I am. After a full ER visit, I went and realized, or was told rather, that it was just a partial rupture, which I guess is a blessing as opposed to getting a full tear, where the process is, I guess, a little bit more just strenuous on the body. And so I'm thankful that it was just a partial tear, but nonetheless, this is still something that is very different for me. It's life-changing. It's something that I just did not expect to be dealing with right now in year 34 of my life. This is just crazy to me. So, I'm just trying to be upbeat and hopeful about the whole thing. But yeah, so one of the things that the doctor suggests when I went to see him was that I would go the non-surgical route, mainly because it was just a partial rupture. Not only because of that, but with recent studies in the medical field, most doctors actually suggest that people go the non-surgical conservative route. And so I'm glad that that was the case for me, because it sounds like in recent studies, there's really not much of a difference between the people that go the surgical route or non-surgical route. So ain't no need in cutting me open if you don't have to, you know what I mean? So I'm glad that I went that way. And so that actually happened on July the 15th. As you know, today is August 14th. So I'm just shy of a month since that rupture. So technically, when I went and got put in a boot, that was on July the 19th. And so I'm entering soon, this coming Wednesday, week 4 fully of being in this boot. It's absolutely life-changing in the sense that you do get some of the support that you need, but you still cannot put, at this phase anyway that I'm in, much pressure and things like that on it. And so I have my crutches with me that I have to use and, kind of crutch around, and I have to do, light weight bearing as my body can handle, just to try to get acclimated to getting back to fully walking weight bearing. And so that's been my process right now. I have been doing some stretches and some exercises. They do suggest that as your foot is healing and the tendons and things like that in the back where the Achilles are repairing itself and getting its strength, that you do some exercises to get some of that strength back and help get some of that mobility back in your toes and just all that good stuff. And so I'm like, whatever I need to be doing, I'm gonna do it. And so I've been watching some other YouTube pages, like I said. I'll put the link down in my description as well to some other great accounts if you want to look forward to what the next several months is going to look like. I'll link you guys to some of those pages. But I have been told that the one thing you do not want to do in the early phases of healing is that you do not want your foot to go fully back to a 90-degree angle, because you want your tendon to not be overstretched while it's healing. If that were to happen, you may have to start the process of repairing your tendons and Achilles all over again, which is something that nobody wants because, I mean, we didn't want it the first time, okay? One of the other major things that just happened maybe 20 minutes ago was that I had to take out the first level in my heel for my boot. You take this out so that some of the stretching starts to happen in the back where the tendon is, and so I've had to take it out. So far, so good. It does feel a little uncomfortable, but I made sure that the boot is really secure so that no matter what, I still feel like my foot is getting that support that it needs. One of the things that I am really big on doing is the towel exercise. I didn't bring a towel with me, but basically what you do is you would put a towel in your hands on both ends and you kind of just stretch your foot out and you kind of put resistance against your foot and just try to pull against it to try to get some of that resistance going, and you move your foot up and down to try to get just a little bit of mobility going. So that's what I've been doing. They really say that you should be doing it every hour for 5 minutes at a time. I don't see how anybody has time for that. So I just try to be realistic with my expectations, but I do ensure that multiple times a day I'm taking my foot out of the boot and doing the stretches and exercises that I need to be doing. It's just been absolutely life-changing. Like I said, you know, I'm an artist and a performer, so I already, you know, had to cancel a performance that I was looking forward to, studio time that I was looking forward to. Just, you know, it really shifted where I saw year 34 starting off for me. And so I'm just going with the flow, going with the punches that life is throwing me, you know, and trying to just make it work because I know that on the other side of this is a different story and it all serves its purpose. And so I'm just knowing that, you know, whatever doesn't kill me makes me stronger. That's just my mindset. I brought some different products and things like that from Amazon. Thank God for Amazon, because you can pretty much search anything that you need for this situation and get all of the things that you need just like this. You don't even have to leave the bed. So that's a blessing. One of the products that I am using right now, first of all, I'm big on hygiene. And so if it's funky, it ain't right for me. And so, you know, if your foot is wrapped up in the boot for several days at a time, you want to make sure that you are taking it out, especially in the beginning. I know they say you have to keep your foot wrapped up. But once you're able to get your foot out of that boot and start getting some free air and things like that, spray that boot up. One of the products that I got is the Rocket Pure Foot and Shoe Deodorizer Spray. This is a natural odor eliminator. You can literally find this on Amazon. I paid $15 for this. So that's a good thing. $15. Like I said, it has hints of lavender and mint in there, and it is a godsend because I just sprayed a little bit when I do my exercises and things like that. Now at this point, I just do a light spray and it really helps. Spray my little leg up a little bit too, because that can be, you know, kind of sour smelling sometimes if you don't stay on top of it. I'm just really big and sensitive to smell, so I do what I need to do when it comes to that kind of stuff. A boot cover. This boot cover is good for when you're going outside. So I actually went to a Beyonce concert for the first time. That was my first outing in the boot. And this was a godsend. I was able to cover my boot and make sure that, you know, as you're walking on different surfaces, you're not bringing that mess into the house, into the bed, stuff like that. Perfect cover. It was a match to the color scheme that I had for the outfit, and so we rocking with gray. These come in a pack of, or pair of 5, I should say, so you actually technically get 10 of these, and hopefully you don't have 2 boots, so you technically have 10 to use. I paid $20 for that right on Amazon. I got that in 2 days, y'all. One of the other things that I got is a scooter. Okay, so I got this scooter here. I'm not gonna hold it for too long, but you can pretty much get you a scooter for your knee. It was $90. I paid $90 for the scooter, and that is definitely a godsend. I keep that on the main level of my townhome. So if I'm scooting around in the kitchen, want to get a snack, grab a little glass of wine, whatever I want to do, this scooter really helps me. And this was another blessing as well for the Beyonce concert. I was able to get to the venue, get to my seat. They were really accommodating. It just worked perfect. And so I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have my scooter right now, because sometimes you get tired on the crutches and this is just that little bit of rest that you need sometimes. So I'm really glad that I got that. The other thing that I got for when you're in the shower and things like that is just a chair, you know, like you get in the hospital or something like that. I paid $40 for that. Well, Junior paid $40 for it. He surprised me with it and I needed it. So $40 for that. I think he went on Amazon for that as well. And so, yeah, it's really been a true blessing. One of the other things is once you start walking in this boot, you're gonna want something that's going to match the level of incline and things like that that you're experiencing as you're trying to walk. And so I got what's called an even up shoe lift. And so you see on my regular sneaker, this is what I'm walking in. And then I have this even up leveler to help me walk a little bit more evenly to where my hip isn't like overly stretching the wrong way or something crazy. This just really helps me get that level of support that I need. And so that was $35. I think that that is definitely worth its money because I can't see me limping around. Ain't nobody got time for that either. So y'all, I just want to really shout out one specific YouTube page. His name is SJ Achilles. Shout out to him. I'm definitely putting his information in the description below so that you guys can follow some of his process because we've had two different types of injuries. And so I think if you've had a full tear, that is a good YouTube account to follow. I've been looking and following him and just staying inspired because I know that I can go back to normalcy after this. And so I'm just keeping a positive spirit, optimistic outlook on it all. And like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. And so I'm on week 4 right now. We're approaching week 4 rather this Wednesday. I'll be officially on week 4 and I will keep you updated on what that process is going to be like. I know that soon, I think sometime next week, I should be able to start doing more weight bearing, hopefully full weight bearing. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll keep you updated. I love you guys. Thank you for the support.